Isolation Day 51, Friday the 8th of May. Today we celebrated VE Day, as mentioned on yesterday's vlog. It was a really very nice day. Spent the day conversing with our neighbours. We had bunting out, we had music on the street. It was very nice. We stayed the 2 metres away from everyone, although later on in the evening it did look like a few of our neighbours were not observing the 2 metres, so we retired back to the house. I had a really good day actually. It was really good. My bloods were again horrendous. They played up throughout the day. I will show you now. Blood glucose readings 14 in the day, sensor duration 19 hours 50 minutes. Reason for that was that I was slightly frustrated with the fact that my Enlight sensor and my actual blood sugar reading per the blood glucose testing meter was considerably out. So I switched it off for 3 to 4 hours. There you go. Switched it off, switched it back on, and then recalibrated. It was also suspended for 4 hours 38 minutes. Let's look a bit further down. You can see here it was high, which I'm obviously 12 o'clock at night, and then it reduced all the way down. Managed to stay above 5, but there per the sensor. Now that's so switched it off about 9:45. You can see here 8.7, which is near a 9 then, so that was pretty much spot on. 9.9 to 8.2. Well, you can see that is nowhere near 9.9. So, and right at the bottom you'll see that it actually went up to 10.7. So my blood glucose reading was 10.7 and the sensor was saying I think 5 or 6. So that's when I said, right, well, switch it off, let's reset it later. This isn't really a good gauge. Although look, you know, low, then high, then low again, stayed pretty low in the evening. This is a better gauge. 8.7, 9.9, 8.2, 4.5, 5.1. Overall, you might look at it and go, well, actually it's not too bad, but it's not good. It's not consistent, and it's not a straight line, which is what you want. It dropped low later on. Didn't train, didn't do anything else. Average blood glucose 6.4, yes, understood. Average sensor 5.7, but it wasn't really the way it should be. Could my bloods have been worse? Absolutely. Okay, they weren't horrendous in the day, but they weren't a level playing field. It didn't really make a lot of sense that they would go really high in the middle of the night again and high at the end of the day. Although to a certain extent I was eating bits during the day that I wouldn't ordinarily eat, so it was a bit of a strange day in that respect. So what I've done is I have increased my temp basal because I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Now you may remember that one of my other vlogs I spoke about the autoimmune issues that people with type 1 have and people with diabetes have, and in the last probably decade I've started to get sinus problems, and I can feel that my sinus isn't ideal at the moment. I just think I've got a bit of an infection really. That's what's giving me the increase in blood sugars, because my body is flooding me with glucose to fight the infection. Now, will I do anything about that at the moment? Probably not at the moment, because the only opportunity to sort of counteract that is to take prednisolone, and prednisolone is horrendous for blood sugars. It's nigh on impossible to control. The amount of times I've taken it, it doesn't really change anything anyway. I just have to ride it out. So if I sound a bit hoarse and I sound a little bit croaky in the next few videos, that'll be the reason why. So tomorrow I begin the Mastering Diabetes Do-It-Yourself program. Now I subscribed to this some time ago, and as I understand it, it's a 6-week course, and they're very clear about the fact that you need to take your time, and they give you a number of videos and a number of exercises and a number of jobs to do each week. Tomorrow what I will do is watch those videos, and I will give you an overview of the ones that I've watched. Now obviously I'm not going to give you a full overview because there've got to be some rules about what I can and can't disclose, but what I will do at the same time is I am on chapter 11 of the, there we go, the Mastering Diabetes book. That is, I've got to say, and I've read a lot of books this year already, this is by far the best book. This is worth its weight in gold. I cannot recommend it highly enough. If everything it says is true in here, and everything it says it can do, and I can follow it, that is going to be an absolute game changer. Pardon the pun, because obviously it's a lot of it is to do with the Game Changer movie, which if you haven't watched, definitely watched. And also if you haven't watched Knives and Forks, watch that as well. It's something that I've been searching for a long time, you know, and it's very clear, it's very concise. They go into a huge amount of detail, and the reason they have to do that is because they want to prove the fact that low-fat, plant-based whole food is the preferred option and the right option in comparison to any other diet. The word diet has connotations associated with it, which is it's going to be a short-lived thing. It is a very short period of time. You have to be on the diet and you need to lose weight. This isn't about losing weight. For some people, the Mastering Diabetes and the keto diet and any other diet out there might be about losing weight. But for me, and for many other type 1s and type 2s and anyone else with any other type of diabetes, it may not be about weight, and that may not be your major driver. The reality for me is it's about longevity, and it's about securing my health for many years to come. So that needs to be sustainable, and what they're presenting at the moment appears to be sustainable. And I thought keto was sustainable, and to a certain extent it is, and you can live off of meat and veg and salad, but is it the long-term solution? As I've said on a number of occasions, even for me as a layman, it doesn't sit quite right. Okay, so this presents something completely different, and it's not about the fact that carbs are the enemy. It's not about the fact that insulin is the enemy. What the reality is that insulin resistance is the enemy. So how do you stop insulin resistance? Well, look, you know, let's find out. So I'm tracking it before. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting one because I'll give you an update on it. But what we'll also do is we'll look at the 3 days that or 3 or 4 days that I've been tracking my food intake, and we'll look at the nutrient side of it and the and how well I'm doing, and we'll look at it in relation to the way that the Mastering Diabetes guys, Cyrus and Robbie, advise. And that is 60 to 70% carbs, 15% fat, 15% protein. Well, I'm nowhere near that. So let's see where I am before, and we'll track it when I start to change it. Okay? I hope you're all well. Look after yourselves. It's been another beautiful day today. Caught a bit of a tan. So I hope you've had a really nice Saturday. Roll on Sunday tomorrow for the first day of the transition. I've been looking forward to this. Granted, my bloods aren't ideal for it, but I'm not waiting any longer. I just want to crack on and see how this goes. Hopefully you're with me on it. Cheers. Bye.